Yo, what's happening, party people? Welcome back to yet another episode on the channel from the FM23 Heart Save. It has been a long season, and today we are going to be getting ever so closer to winning the Scottish Premier League. We currently hold a 4-point gap over Celtic in second. We do play them a little bit later on, but for today we have our game against Rangers first and foremost, and before we move on to that game against Celtic, as you can see in front of us, we do have the title running. So for Hearts, we have to play Rangers, Hibs, Celtic, St Mirren, then Aberdeen. Celtic will play Hibs, St Mirren, Hearts, Aberdeen, then Rangers. Now, if we beat Rangers, Hibs, and then Celtic, I think the league could well be done by that point. If so, we'll move straight into the Scottish Cup final against Celtic on today's episode with a triple header. However, if the league is still up for grabs, we'll have another episode where we play the remaining couple of games. So yeah, big episode. Can we get it underway with a win? Let's get into the game against Rangers and find out if we can start it off correctly. Okay, chat, so due to some injuries to some key players, we have had to revert back to our 4-3-1-2 formation because ultimately this is the best team we can put out there with our wide men injured. So we are going to line up with Rizzo in goal, Ramsey at right back, Magala and Braun at centre backs, with Josh Doig at left back, Pozzo, Carvalho and João Gomez in midfield, Skeldrup in the attacking midfield role, Milicevic and Endrick up top. Endrick needs 7 goals in these remaining 5 games in order to overtake Henrik Larsson's record of 35 goals in a league season. So can he do it? We hope he can, but we need to get into this game and hopefully get off to the best possible start for today's episode. I'm really hoping, really hoping, chat, that we can go and get 3 points here, because it would just be massive in terms of this season and our title fight. So I want him to pick up from where we left off last, because ultimately we've been playing pretty well. Rangers in different form at the moment, so hopefully we can take advantage of that. Fashion Sakala starting up top with Alfredo Morelos. Morelos has definitely caused us issues in the past. Hopefully he's not going to be causing us too many issues today. Like I say, we do have a 4-point gap at the top of the table. Hopefully we'd like to extend that today, but we would take it remaining at 4 points as well. So we do need to keep an eye on the Celtic score as they are playing Hibs away from home, hoping Hibs can do us a favour. But ultimately, we need to focus on our own game. Highlight 3 minutes into the game. Kelly kicks long, knocked down to Callon. He has a man outside of him. Is he going to use him? No, he's just going to run it alone. Still got support. Callon still going. Ball into the box and Fashion Sakala can't win it. Comes out to Ridvan. He's lost the ball. Now the counter attack for Hearts. Milicevic gives it into Skeldrup. Skeldrup's got Endrick ahead of him. He plays it into Endrick. Endrick in on goal and really should be scoring. Well, 3 minutes in and we've already had a fantastic opportunity to score. To be fair, Endrick of all people should be hitting the back of the net with that one. Still 0-0 in the Hibs game, so that is all good for us. Doig on this left-hand side, gives it to Endrick, back to Braun. Now Doig again. Decent football, keeping the ball well. Gomez into William Carvalho. Now it's spread wide to Calvin Ramsey, on loan from Liverpool. Will be joining us at the end of the season. That's a decent ball in. Headed away though, Gomez gets it to Doig. Doig squares it. Endrick. 1-0. And that is now just 6 goals he needs. He can do it, boys. We can do it, boys. Could the treble be on? I think it could well be. 16 minutes in, we are a goal up. Hibs still drawing 0-0 with Celtic. Would love to see a Hibs goal. Endrick knocks it down. Skeldrup could be in behind. Has he got the legs? Gets the shot off, but straight at the goalkeeper. Rangers on the ropes here as Hearts really starting to pile on the pressure. Kilmarnock are a goal down to Livingston as well. Ross County a goal up against Dundee. Dundee United have just gone a goal up against St Johnstone as well. McLeod with the goal. 27 minutes in. And Celtic have scored. Celtic have scored. Not what we wanted to see. Not what we wanted to see. Would have liked the goal going the other way to the other green team in terms of Hibs. But don't matter because we are in front. Milicevic plays it into Skeldrup. He's got Endrick square of him. He's going to go for goal. And it's an easy finish in the end. Skeldrup makes it 2. And the comfort settles in. We are 2-0 up against Rangers at Ibrox. What more could we want? A highlight straight from kickoff? Not really what we want. It's not ideal, but we'll take it as long as it doesn't end up in the back of our own goal. And that is poor from Rangers. They're giving the ball straight back to us. Magala finds Pozzo. Pozzo into Milicevic. He turns wide and gives it to Calvin Ramsey, who's off down the right-hand side. Still got a man to beat. Gives it into Milicevic. He's going to go back to Ramsey. Now Pozzo into Milicevic, who will go for goal. And what a hit from Milicevic. 3-0 to Hearts. And we are cruising. What is going on at Rangers? Absolutely cruising. What a finish from Milicevic. We are absolutely bossing this game. 14 shots in the opening 37 minutes. Boy, things are going well, chat. Things are going really well. Ramsey with the free kick in towards Milicevic. It's 4. It's 4 inside 41 minutes. Milicevic at the double. I actually thought Magala was going to get his head on it, but Milicevic wins it. And it's 4-0 to Hearts. 2-0 now to Celtic as well. It doesn't matter because we'll keep our 4-point gap at the top. When we go on to play Celtic in the next game, it will be, if we win that, we can potentially win the league, chat. That is how important a win here against Rangers could be, especially with Celtic having to play Rangers last game of the season, the toughest game they could have probably given them for the final game of the season. We should be pretty comfortable from here on out. We are on positive, no need to really go on to an attacking formation, really just keep as we are. Hopefully Rangers don't go and get a couple of goals, and Morelos has made it 4-1. As long as they don't go and score again inside the next 10 minutes, we should be okay. We could look to make some subs just to maybe run the clock down a little bit. I'm not going to just yet. We will go for a shout. We'll go say, let's have a bit of focus in there. And I still feel like we should be pretty comfortable. Magala only playing a 6.8. In fact, I will take him off and we'll bring on Lewis Nielsen at right centre-back, which again I think is fine. We do have another couple of subs in which we can make. We could potentially take off William Carvalho, could potentially take off João Gomez also. Ramsey ball into the box and there's the header and it's Nielsen. He's just come on the pitch and Lewis Nielsen's made it 5-1. The game is definitely done now. There's no way we lose this. We are cruising to a yet another victory here in the SPFL, and I'm going to take off João Gomez now for Tommy Doyle. William Carvalho can come off for Benny. Connor Coventry can even get some game time for Pozzo, and Josh Doig off for Aaron Hickey, who also needs some game time. Keeping Endrick out there, giving him the maximum opportunity potentially to overtake Henrik Larsson's record. We'd like to do that whilst we're in charge. Obviously, this is going to be our second from last season. Once we've completed this season, we'll be on to our last season in charge before we then skip on 10 years to see how Hearts get on without us. If you are enjoying the episode, make sure you smash that thumbs up as well. Let's get it out to as many people as possible. As Endrick has slipped in, Skeldrip, he's on a brace as well, and he scores. It's 6. It's 6-1, boys. What is going on here? We are absolutely smashing it. Rangers really struggling. They cannot deal with it. Liam Kelly's had an absolute mare in goal. I think he should have done better with that one. Maybe he could have done better with a couple of the others as well. But we have won this game by 6 goals to 1. It could be 7. Can we get a late 7th? What a scoreline that would be. Surely that would be potentially Rangers' biggest ever loss. I'd have to check that potentially. Endrick plays it in. Milicevic on the hat-trick. And it's tipped over the bar by Liam Kelly. Late corner then. Can we get another one? Might go short. The short option's there. Tommy Doyle swings it in though. And the ball in towards the front post is headed away out for yet another corner. But that's it's going to be that 6-1 win over Rangers. We are more than happy with that, chat. Let's freaking go. What a big result that is. Look at the league table. Still got a 4-point gap. Regardless of what Celtic done, we've got a massive goal difference ahead of Celtic as well. The treble, the thoughts of the treble are really on now. We've already qualified for the Champions League regardless, so we don't really worry too much about those messages coming through. The Champions League obviously going to give us a lot of money in terms of our finances as well, as they have started to take a little bit of a dip, as we have obviously been out of the competition since the round of 16. But yeah, let's get into the next game then, chat. Where we play a huge one against Celtic. See you in a moment. So some huge news, chat. Off camera, we've played a game against Hibernian in the league. We won our game 2-1 against Hibs. But even bigger news, Celtic were beaten by St Mirren by a goal to 0, which has now left them 7 points behind us. 7 points, meaning against Celtic in this next game, if we avoid defeat, we will be crowned champions of the SPFL for the 3rd season in a row. Oh my god, this is coming a lot sooner than we imagined, chat. All we have to do is avoid defeat. We're going to play the same team that played against Rangers and absolutely whooped Rangers by 6-1 against Celtic here. This is a chance for us to really put our foot forward and say we are the best team in Scotland. We are the team to beat. We are the almighty. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do, chat. A draw will secure us the title. I expect this as a minimum. We are away from home. Obviously, Celtic actually still on decent form, although they did lose their last game, like I mentioned, to St Mirren. But wow. This is it. 1 game away. Avoid defeat. I mean, to be fair, even if we lose here, all we'd have to do is win one of our remaining 2 games and we will be crowned champions. Celtic still have to play Rangers final game of the season, so we could still get crowned champions even if we were to lose all 3 games that we have remaining. Hopefully that's not the way it has to go. We don't want it to go that way. Just avoid defeat here, be crowned champions, and be done. And be done with it. What a big episode this could turn out to be. Obviously, if we do manage to win the league in this game, we will sim forward to our cup final game against Celtic and also have that at the back end of this stream. Of this video even. Maybe I'll edit that out, maybe I won't. Braun plays it into João Gomez. Now William Carvalho back to Gomez, keeping the ball really well, moving it, making Celtic work for the ball. Magala, Pozzo, João Gomez playing it forward. Skeldrup onside. Can he get the shot away? He does, but it's a decent save from the Celtic goalkeeper, who usually does tend to have a good game against us. Last time we trashed Celtic, they actually played their 2nd string goalkeeper for one reason or another. And it didn't work out for them. It really didn't. It wasn't Cole Darlow though. So maybe it was their 3rd choice goalkeeper. Who knows? But like I say, 0-0 is fine for us. 34 minutes gone. Just the 1 highlight so far. But we are happy with that. I'm going to go for a bit of encouragement as we can try and steal a goal before half-time and make my half-time team talk all that much easier. Jota and Pepe not really done too much, but I'm not going to bash them because if I do, more than likely, they'll go and score a brace in the second half. So, like I say, half-time, it is 0-0. We are controlling the ball. We are happy with it. 60% of possession, very nearly anyway. Not too many shots for us in this game. So we are definitely getting shots, but I don't know where they're getting their shots from because they haven't had any on target. So maybe we are forcing them into taking those longer range shots, which again, I'm happy to do so. Our team is looking a little bit tired. No one particularly playing very well. William Carvalho actually playing a 6.3. Although he's a 1 with most of the fitness left in him. Milicevic also having a bad game, so I'm going to take him off. We're going to bring on João Resende. Skeldrup not having a good game, so I'm going to bring on Mikael Pedersen, who's just come back from injury. Pozzo also tired and not having a great game, so we'll bring on Tommy Doyle. And Benny is going to go in for Carvalho as well. And do you know what? Also, Josh Doyle on a yellow. Let's bring on Aaron Hickey. Why not? 5 subs all made in 1 go. Let's try and change the tide of this. Let's try and get a goal if we can. Let's go for a shout. Let's go for a fire up. 1 goal and we could be crowned champions, or just don't concede a goal and we'll be crowned champions. It's been a very uneventful game, not too many highlights to actually go through here. I mean, it's good for us considering we only need a point. 10 minutes to go. I'm going to drop onto balanced. I'm going to say instructions, less time waste on the 1 click. I'm happy to do that. Let's go for a shout as well. Let's go focus. As we move into the last 5 minutes, let's go time waste completely and be more disciplined. And then also go on to cautious for the last couple of minutes. All we're going to do is not concede in added time, and Hearts are crowned champions of Scotland again for the 3rd time in a row. See you later, Celtic. See you later, Rangers. We are the team to beat. We are the best team in Scotland. Are we the best manager to have managed in Scotland? I'm sure Sir Alex Ferguson will have something to say about that. But we have won the Scottish Scottish Premier League once again. This is absolutely huge. We didn't play as well as we can. I'm happy with the result though. We got what we needed. Let's freaking go, chat. champions of Scotland for the third year in a row. Nothing anyone can do to stop us. Oh, it's just absolutely huge, chat. Happy is João Gomez that we kept to our promise about winning the league. The board are absolutely delighted with us. Of course they are. GG enters the Scotland Hall of Fame. Let's go. Let's view the Hall of Fame. We are only 10th. I guess Willie Malley has won 16 titles. So yeah, we're not the best manager to have managed in Scotland. Willie Malley will have something to say about that. But still, 3 domestic titles, 5 domestic cups. We have been in this competition, or in Scotland, for only 5 seasons. And that is what we've won. Per season, surely we'd go down as the best. I'm not even sure. But that is absolutely huge, chat. Absolutely huge. I cannot get over it. We've done it again. Third time in a row. Who are Celtic? Who are Rangers? Just who are they? Who are they? Boys, we're smashing it. Alright, what we're going to do now then is obviously with the league table, or with the league done and dusted, we're going to sim forward over the games against St Mirren and Aberdeen and get ready for that cup final against Celtic, where we have the chance to complete the treble. For the first time in our stint here in Scotland, we have the chance to complete the treble. Let's see if we can get it done. Okay, also something I just wanted to mention before we get on to the game against Celtic. We have just signed Noni Madueke on a pre-contract. He'll be joining us at the end of the season as his contract with PSV is running out. What a signing this is. A free transfer. I've been trailing him for ages. I've finally got my man. He was finally wanting to talk to us after, obviously, we made 3 league titles in a row. He was happy to talk to us. But we have got him done. The deal is done. 40k a week, I believe, in which I'm paying him. This is huge in terms of the money that we've spent. We're literally nothing, just bar his wages. It's absolutely massive. It's going to be huge moving into our new formation for next season. Yeah, just really glad to get this deal done. Obviously, we'll go through a lot more deals as they happen, probably in literally a transfer episode at the end of the season. But yeah, just wanted to bring this one to your attention as he is just confirmed as signed for us for next season. So that's him and Calvin Ramsey now both joining us on free transfers. Whew. Now we have to win the treble. Okay, chat, so the question we have been asking ourselves, can we complete the treble? Can we dominate Scotland this season? Well, we're about to find out. It's time to take on Celtic in the Scottish Cup final. We have had to make a couple of changes. Enforced, unfortunately, we have had to take Milicevic out of the team. Pedersen will come in for him. Milicevic now out injured for a couple of weeks. So obviously missing this game and the rest of the season. Well, there is no games after this. We are also missing Magala, a big miss as centre back. He is on the bench, but he's not fit to start the game. So I am going to start him on the bench. Maybe bring him on if we are winning. Other than that, the team is as it has been for the last couple of games. João Gomez partnering Carvalho in midfield with Pozzo as the Mazzala, Skeldrup just behind Endrick and Pedersen. So can we do it is the question. I certainly hope so, chat. I really hope we can get the win here. It'd be so big for this whole save. Go into that final season and just throw everything at Europe. Doesn't matter where we finish in the league next season if we go and do the treble this year. I mean, I'd love to go unbeaten all season next season. We've lost 1 game domestically all year, and that was the Hibs, which is kind of frustrating. But I'll forget about that if we can get the treble complete. We're here at Hampden Park, ready to take on Celtic. I generally believe our Hearts team can win it. I do. The game against Celtic last time out, obviously in the league, was a bit of a dull one, but we didn't mind it being a dull one. We didn't really need to go forward and score goals. We just needed to keep it tight at the back in order to win the league. We did then go on to win our 2 remaining league games as well, which was nice. Unfortunately, Endrick didn't get the goals in which he needed to break Henrik Larsson's record. And obviously goals in this competition wouldn't count towards that, as Pepe's taken the ball off of Endrick, drives forward, goes to goal, but it's pretty simple for Rizzo in there to make that stop. And hopefully we could have built out from the back, but it doesn't look like that happened. Like I say, with the transfers we've got already done for next season, some others that I've already looked at as well, we could really build a team and leave them with a decent team. David Neres is available, ex-Ajax man. He's currently at PSG. He is available, but 1 in 50 odd grand a week. We can't give him that. We can only offer 40 odd, and he wouldn't sign. So I will go back in for him potentially. Obviously, if we have a little bit more money available, we can move it over to our wage budget, and we'll see what we can get done. But like I said, that will be in the transfer episode that follows this one. 40 minutes into the game, just that one highlight as Nicola Pepe picked the pocket of Endrick and came forward. This is the second highlight in the game. 42 minutes we've had to wait for this second highlight. Here is William Carvalho, and he's giving it straight to Pepe again. Pepe on the charge. Pass one, goes for goal, deflected. And again, easy enough for Rizzo. I don't think that was going to be the end of the highlight. I'm not going to lie. I thought the highlight was still going to be going on. Pretty dull game so far, just like it was in the league. I'm actually going to thrash my arm, say I'm far from pleased with what I've seen. Because we just haven't done enough. Although we've had more of the ball, we've had 6 shots, 2 on target. I want them to know that we let Celtic have too much in that half, and we need to control this second half a lot more. João Gomez playing a 7.2. Calvin Ramsey having a strong game at right back, playing a 7. Mikael Pedersen not having the best of games. Endrick also maybe not, but I don't think I'll be taking Endrick off in a cup final. Mikael Pedersen could definitely be one of the men to come off. Pozzo also not having a great game as of right now. So I'm going to bring on Tommy Doyle for Pozzo, and the next up is going to be Pedersen off for João Resende. Now, João Resende, I feel a bit bad for him. He had a really strong season for us, then got injured and has never really got back into the starting 11, and gets a lot of games off the bench or in our second string team, but still does well when he does play. And the ball into the box from Tommy Doyle, it's headed away. Just take the foul, just foul him, don't let him run all the way up the other end of the pitch. João Gomez, you should have just taken the card, son. Okay, that'll do. We get the ball back, and we are going to try and build out from the back this time. Calvin Ramsey gives it to Don Braun. Now Tommy Doyle, back to Ramsey. Just keep the ball. Don't give it away. Don't really do that. But he's won the ball back himself. Well worked. Oh, and again, the pass. It's been off this whole game. Endrick, chance. Ooh, let's go. 1-0 Hearts. 72 minutes in. We take the lead in the Scottish Cup final. It's been a dreadful, dreadful game. Both teams have been poor. I guess both teams are really, really tired at this point. We're going to take Borset off. We are going to bring on Magala. I have Ramsey who can come off for Nielsen. Aaron Hickey off for Josh Doig. And that is all 5 subs. Just fresh legs on at the back in order to help us keep this result. I'm going to go for a focus shout. We're going to drop onto balanced. We're going to also drop to 1-click time waste. And then as we go into added time, we'll go on the full time waste as well. 7 minutes to go. I guess we could drop onto defensive. Let's see out this highlight first as Magala gives it to João Gomez. Back into Magala. Taking his time on the ball. Now Don Braun in the middle. Gives it wide to Nielsen. He might go down the line. Instead goes back to Braun. Keeping the ball. Exactly what we want. Carvalho into João Gomez. That's a great ball into Tommy Doyle. Chance to win it and seal the treble. Oh, what a great bit of defending. What a fantastic bit of defending that was. It's an easy tap in for Doyle as he's rounded the goalkeeper. But the centre-back gets back on the line to block it out for a corner. Obviously, we're wasting time. The ball goes in. That might be offside. Tommy Doyle puts it back in. He is offside. Let's drop on to cautious. Instructions, we will double click time waste and be more disciplined now at this point as we look to hold on for another trophy potentially coming our way. Just added time to get through. We've absolutely dominated this second half and pretty much most of the game and pretty much all of the season. We are the dominant force in Scotland. The treble is complete. Get that trophy above your head and smile proudly because we are arguably the greatest team to have played in Scotland. I've only been here 5 seasons, but I think I've put together a dominant force. And even after next season when I do leave, I still think Hearts will continue to win multiple trophies. Hopefully we have built a dynasty. But there we go. Champions of the Scottish Cup. Champions of the Scottish Premier League. Champions of the Premier Sports Cup. Champions League. We got to the quarterfinals, was it? I think it was quarterfinals. Yeah, I think it was the quarterfinals, wasn't it? Just huge, absolutely huge season. We love to see it, chat. Oh, I'm so happy. I am so happy. Well done, lads. Another trophy in the bag. Woo! Let's get it. Let's get it. What I'm going to do now is jump across into our end of season preview potentially. Let's have a look through the messages. Hearts celebrate a famous treble, of course. We've won the Scottish Cup for the 4th time in 5 seasons. Absolutely dominating that tournament as well. Another 800k into the bank. GG, one of the top English managers. Oh, we're now 9th in terms of top English managers. In 5 seasons, we are dominating it. 4 times in 6 years for Hearts. Well, actually says 4 times in 5. Oh well, that's also fine. Endrick shines as Hearts win. Of course we do. Bonus has been paid out. That's fine. Send the assistant to that. Sky Sports Scottish Cup review. Runners up with Celtic. Biggest overachievers Haddington. I mean, okay. Never heard of him. Biggest underachievers obviously Rangers. They went out pretty early. More bonuses to be paid out. We had to pay Liverpool 1.73 million. That's not ideal, but I guess when we're signing Calvin Ramsey on a free transfer, in the greater schemes of things, it's not all that bad. But yeah, chat, what an episode. I am loving it. We get Writers Manager of the Year. Good to see that. We get Players Manager of the Year. Love to see that as well. We're just winning everything. I'm sure pretty much in terms of all the players as well, they're all going to be our players. If we have a look at the team of the season, the majority of them are going to be from our squad. A couple of sackings. Omri sacked. I mean, it'd be interesting to see who takes over Hearts at the end of next season when we do decide to leave. I'm not sure when our contract is actually due to run out. It would be ideal if it was at the end of the season. End of next year, it's not, so we will have to resign. Okay, the club is still technically at national level in terms of its reputation. Hopefully we'll get that up to worldwide or even European. But having a look at our end of season report, then the biggest transfer, and I said this when we signed him, Andreas Skeldrup, signed for £19.5 million, 18 games, 19 goals, 14 assists. What a performance he had. He started off really slow as well. Calvin Ramsey, we got him in on loan, technically spent £2.5 million on the loan, 2 goals for him, 10 assists. Pozzo came in, £6.5 million spent on him, 15 assists from the young 20-year-old wonder kid. Andreas Borset was brought in just to add a bit of depth. He only played 10 games. Carvalho obviously had a pretty solid season as well in the DPL or in the ball in the midfield role. And our replacement for him, as Carvalho is leaving us and going off to Valencia, João Gomez came in January and done a pretty good job too. Let's have a look at the season results. And obviously we know we won the league. We qualified obviously for the next year's Champions League, which is nice. In the Champions League, we actually got to the round of 16 where we were beaten by Paris Saint-Germain. That's fine. We won the Scottish Cup and we won the Premier Sports Cup, beating Celtic in both cup finals. We beat them into the league as well, so they come runners up in 3 tournaments. We also knocked them out of the Champions League. I think Celtic might begin to hate Hearts. I mean, can they? They might. The sponsorship up hugely. That's massive. Broadcast revenue somehow went down, but again, corporate facilities up, and then competition prize money has gone up. And then match day retail also up as well. The reputation, I do believe that has gone up slightly in this season also. Really happy with that. This is the best team. I'd swap those 2 strikers around, but other than that, that is the best team we have played so far this season. Pretty much the team we've been playing towards the back end of the season as well. In terms of managerial awards, we have got Manager of the Season and several Manager of the Months as well as the Writers Manager of the Year and Players Manager of the Year also. Absolutely huge. Endrick scoring 42 goals in all comps so far throughout this season. Also has 17 assists, 16 man of the matches, highest average rating. Andreas Borset actually has one of the best passes completions. I guess that's because he played a very limited number of games. Signing of the season does go Andreas Skeldrup's way. Fastest goal went to Pozzo. Youngest player Murray Butters. Endrick obviously gets most man of the matches. Most clean sheets obviously goes to Rizzo, and then most assists also back to Endrick. So a huge season, chat. A huge season. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to play this off camera. We're going to start getting some transfers done for next season as we look to go again and hopefully potentially do something in Europe this year. I guess if we wanted to win a European trophy, the easiest way to do it would be to go and get ourselves into the Europa League. We aren't going to be doing that. We're already straight into the league phase of the Champions League. So there is actually no way for us to get into the Europa League now. We'd have had to finish third in the league, and I'm not about that. We'd probably end up getting sacked now, as we've come accustomed to winning it. But yeah, guys, if you have enjoyed this episode, please do smash the thumbs up. Get in the comments, let us know what you think of the season. We're going to go into our last season next season. Let us know your thoughts on that, and we'll catch you on the next one where we'll have a transfer special on Monday. Peace out, boys. Love.